Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to the new and improved Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. After many years of interviewing the best and brightest thought leaders around the world on my SiriusXM show, I am excited to now have those interviews available to people around the globe on this podcast. So many people would write us and say, I love what I've been hearing about your interviews with these great people. Where can I access them? I live in this country or that country, or I don't have access to that technology. How can I get the information? Well, I'm so excited now that we are able to offer the information and the interviews free on this podcast. So we want you to sit back and enjoy this message and let me know how you like them. And then do me a favor. If you like them, send a review, write a review and post it. And if you like it, hit like on here and share it and tell everybody you know about it, and then subscribe to this podcast so you'll get the alerts when we post a new interview episode. Thank you for listening and enjoy the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Well, we have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon us, can't refuse it. We didn't seek it. We didn't choose it. But it's up to us to use it. We must suffer if we lose it. Give account if we abuse it. Just a tiny little minute. But our eternities are all wrapped up in it. Well, I start every show with God's Minute. And then I take a moment to give God some glory, to give him some praise, to thank him for life, strength, health. Everybody doesn't believe like I believe, and that's fine. I'm not trying to convert you. I'm just trying to tell you what worked for me and what works for me. And I'm grateful for every gift, every blessing that God brings my way. And so I just give him a moment of praise. I thank him. I thank him for life and strength, for health. I thank him for this show. I thank him for my career, that I'm able to travel around the world and give speeches, and I write books, and I do concerts, and I'm thankful for all the even new things that are coming my way. So I'm grateful, and I am humbled and honored. Now, I want to thank all of you who have made this show the number one self-help show in America. I want to thank you for putting the word out to your friends, your family members, telling them to listen at the prescribed times on air. And then also when they are trying to go to work or somewhere where they don't have the access to the radio, they can get it on their podcast, on their mobile devices, on, iHeartRadio, C-Suite Radio, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, and iTunes. So we want to get millions of people listening to the podcast so they can be inspired by these incredible people I have had the opportunity to interview over the last decade plus. So we want you to listen and share and spread the news. We want to let you know today's show is being brought to you by Jolly Good News. Jolly Good News is a sponsor. It's my new nonprofit organization. And I created Jolly Good News because I believe that the world needs some good news. In a time of bad news, so much bad news and sad news, false news, depressing news, just disturbing news. You need some good news to lift your spirits, to lift your thinking, to make you feel better. Scripture says that good news is good for your bones. It's good for your soul. It inspires you. And so I found that people who listen and get good news have greater success. So Jolly Good News, we're going to put good news every which way we can to the community. And if you want to get more of that, that, go to jollygoodnews.org. Jollygoodnews.org. We even now have a IG spot for Jolly Good News. Look up Jolly Good News on IG and Facebook. We're going to take it to the world every which way we can so people can be inspired to live their best lives and not be depressed. As my friend Les Brown shared recently in his interview, that depression rates at an all-time high and suicide rates have doubled in the last 7 years. We need some good news. So this is brought to you by Jolly Good News. I'm grateful for all of you who have made my book, my latest book, An Attitude of Excellence, a bestseller, and I encourage you to keep sharing it with your teammates, your friends. We want you to have attitude that makes a difference and excellence, and those are mindset and skill set, and both of them working together can make your life transformational. Also, I'm grateful for the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, with my bride, D. Taylor Jolley. Been married 34 years, haven't had an argument in over 30 years. Now, those first couple of years were rough. They were tough. We were like World War III, but we learned some principles that changed our lives from some wise mentors. And as I tell you often, 2 ways to get to any goal: mentors and mistakes. Either can get you there, but one gets you there with less headaches, heartaches, and knots upside your head. Go to jollymarriage.com, get the free chapter, jollymarriage.com. Now, I want to tell you about my guest today. This is a world changer. This guy is a world changer. He is a gentleman who has impacted the lives of millions of people, who have helped them become more financially secure, who have helped them to think bigger, to get a new mindset about money and about wealth and about giving. I mean, this is a guy who did not start out like this. He had to change himself. Let me tell you his story. After 14 years of struggle, Harv Eker cracked the code, and using the principles he now teaches, went from zero to millionaire in almost just an incredibly short time, and he's gone on to become a multi-millionaire. And during his years of hardship, he vowed that should he ever get rich, he would help others to do the same. He kept his promise. He's gone on to build one of the largest successful training companies in the world. He also shocked the publishing world with his book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which I have read. It is off the chain. It hit #1 in the New York Times, USA Today, and Wall Street Journal bestsellers list in its first week out. The book has now been translated into over 42 different languages, and that's why his seminars are popular around the world. Right now, wherever we are this day, right now, there are some seminars going on somewhere in the world that are put on by Harv Eker and his team. He is considered to be one of the most exciting teachers on the planet. His friends include my friends, Mark Victor Hansen, who's been here on this show, who raves about him, Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, so many others have said this is the guy you need to know if you want to create wealth in your life. So I am grateful that he is able to be on with me today, the one and only Harv Eker. Harv, how are you, my friend?
I'm more than amazing. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being on, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with us. You are a world changer. Now, let's tell a little bit more about that story of where you came from, how you struggled, because you really did struggle for quite a while. Let's talk about your life and how you got to become where you are now.
Yeah, well, like a lot of other people, I didn't come from money. My parents came from Europe with nothing. They built a nice little life for themselves, but nothing extra. I left school after first year of college because I was too impatient and I wanted to be successful and rich right away.
Yes.
And unfortunately, for the next 10 years, I went through 12 businesses, of which none of them came close to working, and I was broke, dead broke. I mean, most days I had to choose, or most nights I had to choose between putting $5 of gas in my car or having dinner that night, and many nights I had to choose the gas to try and get around and make some money. So, I believe that one of the reasons I might be successful is because I can really relate to people, because that was a horrible time in my life. It was the worst time. Not only was I broke financially, but I have to admit, it, like a lot of other people, it took a toll on my self-esteem. My spirit took a big hit.
Yep.
I was frustrated. I was embarrassed to talk about, what I did or what I was between, and so I can relate. And then, as you said earlier, I said at one point in time that after my fourth business in a row that year went down the tubes, I said, God, Spirit, Universe, somehow I end up making it. I promise I will help other people do the same. And so I've been very, 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 very blessed. And now all I can think about is helping people that are in a position that they want to do more, they want to do better, they're good people, but it's just not clicking for them.
Right, absolutely. Well, you struggled, but you've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. That's something I noticed in your bio, that you sold newspapers like I did when I was a little boy, and worked at country fairs and selling this and that because of that entrepreneurial spirit. It just, you had to figure out how to become wealthy. So you struggled for 14 years. Then what happened?
Well, then I was very fortunate. I was actually living in the basement of my parents' house. My father had a friend over. He was there playing cards, and I met him in the hallway, and he's extremely wealthy, owned half the city. And he said, "Your father tells me that you're a bum." So, of course, it was a little embarrassing, but I said, yeah, well, I'm not doing, don't have a lot of money right now. He goes, well, what do you want to do? I said, I just want to be successful. I just want to be rich. He says, well, how do you want to do that? And invest? I said, no, I want to do it in business. And he said, listen, all you have to understand is that if you're not doing as well, and everybody needs to hear this, if you're not doing as well as you'd like to be doing right now, all that means there's still something you don't know. Well, being a brash young man at the time, I thought I knew what? Everything.
Right.
So, but I was on pokey. I mean, I had no money, and I was living in my parents' basement. And so I had the time, and I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do what he says. And I went, and for the next 6 months, all I did was study rich business people. And I came up with 7 very specific principles that they all seem to have in common. I put them to the test. I started with a $2,000 credit card loan and opened the world's first chain of retail fitness stores. And 2.5 years later, I was a millionaire.
Wow.
And so I kind of, as you said, cracked the code there with these 7 principles. And now and people started recognizing, go, wow, how, you're still you have this car and this house and you still owe me $20 from before. I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Here's $50. I apologize. And so, yeah, they started saying, well, how did it happen? I started saying, well, early on, this is what I thought. This is what I did. These are my strategies. And by the way, I was taking all the seminars, reading all the books, listening to all the tapes at the time,
right,
and nothing was working.
Wow.
So I said, this is what I used to do. This is what I did to create some serious money and success. Here's both ways. Choose whatever you want. And so they recognized that the ways that I was doing it is the ways that they do it and the ways they've been taught to do it. And so what I believe is that most people have been taught to be unsuccessful, not successful.
Wow.
I have a new book. I haven't written a book since 2005. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind was #1 New York Times. It's sold almost 4 million copies.
Wow.
It's in 42 languages, and the publisher's been waiting for me to come out with a book, for literally 14 years. And I just didn't want to do that. And so now I've come up with a book called The Good Millionaire.
The Good Millionaire. I like that.
The Good Millionaire. How to make a lot of money by helping a lot of people. And it's not about, when I have a lot of money, then I'm going to be a good millionaire and give it out. No, it's not about that. That's a wonderful thing, but that's not what it's about. It's the process of becoming wealthy by helping a lot of people. It's the process. And so, one of the things that people don't recognize is that they go, well, unfortunately, and this is a lot of everyone's audience is like in this arena. Most people, when they hear good and rich or good and millionaire, they think it feels like an oxymoron. They don't go together.
Right.
Because
that's what most people think. That's what they think. Most people, particularly, let me interject. Most people who are not wealthy, who are not around wealthy people, think that because that's the image that they've seen on television, that the greedy, this picture. But I want to say, and I'm going to take a break, but what I want to say, and you can expand on this when we come back, I know lots of millionaires, lots of billionaires, And all of them are some of the most gracious and kind people I've ever met. They're consistently that way. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with T. Harv Eker. We got more to talk about. We're going to talk to you about how you can become a good millionaire and you can get a millionaire mind. This is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. And for sure, your best is yet to come. We'll be right back.
Afraid of flying, I always kept my dreams on the ground. Life had enough ups and downs, but Lord, since I met you, all that's changed in the blink of an eye. Now all my heart wants to do is fly.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people can make $1 million, lose it, make a second million, lose that, then make a third million, while other people can't even make ends meet? Well, the reason is that those people know the recipe for success. And that recipe is available to everyone if you will do what they did. They made a habit of getting positive, motivational resources of great thinkers and great learners. And I want to offer those same kind of resources to you. We've developed a free page on my website. It's wjspeaks.com/gift. wjspeaks.com/gift. On that site, we've got resources, books, audios that help you to grow, and they're free. So go to wjspeaks.com/gift, wjspeaks.com/gift, and get some of those resources, and then share that page with your friends and your family members. We want to impact and inspire millions of people. And remember, if you enjoy this message on this podcast, like it, share it, and post a review about it, and make a difference in the lives of others by letting them know about it. Have a great day. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the D to the E. A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the E to the E. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. 1 8-letter word that has such a big impact on your success or your failure. Attitude. Not just about a disposition, but also about how you see the world, how you see life. Do you see it from a negative perspective, or do you see it from a positive perspective? It's your choice. It's about your attitude. See, my friend Keith Harrell wrote a book called Attitude is Everything, and he wasn't lying. Attitude truly is everything. It's about how you view things, how you perceive things, and how you go after things. Can you control the time? No. Can you control the weather? No. Can you control what other people say or do? No. You can only control you and your attitude. And your attitude to life determines your altitude in life. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude.
And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I am excited about my guest, T. Harv Eker. You know him from his book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Real quick, T. Harv, where can they reach you? Get your books, get your resources, because some people got to jump off. I want to get that right up the beginning. Where can they reach you, get more materials, come to your seminar? What can they do? Where can they get it?
Well, I'm doing something very, very unique. Because The Good Millionaire is set up to help people, we're actually going to be giving, the word is giving that away as a gift to all of your listeners. And so they can go to get their copy, they go to harveker.com/Willie, your name.
All right.
HARVEKER, harveker.com/Willie. And the book's $24.95. We're giving it away complimentary to your listeners so we can help them. And the only thing we ask is that they take care of the shipping, but we're going to take care of the book. So I would encourage everyone to get the book, because I wrote this book, Willie, because I was so sick and tired of watching good people be broke or not reaching close to their financial potential. I said, can someone just make this easy and simple? And so this book has tons of graphics. It can be read, believe it or not, in 45 minutes.
Wow.
In 45 minutes. I'm not into 300-page books that you need an engineering degree to read.
Right.
45 minutes. It's got a lot of pictures. It gives you the very 7 specific steps that must be followed and in order. You do these steps, and trust me, if you simply execute what's in there, you will become wealthy. There's no question about it. These are the steps.
Wow. HarvEker.com/Willie, WILLIE. So y'all go there, get that. And that's a gracious, wow, I didn't know that. That's a gracious gift for him to you for being a friend of mine and a listener of mine and part of our community. So go and get that. Now, let's talk about this whole process, the Good Millionaire and the Millionaire Mind. We were coming down the path that people sometimes think that those two words are mutually exclusive. They cannot be together, good and rich, but that's not true. Tell me more about your thoughts on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my seminars, again, most people will have a subconscious, a subtle. It's not like you walk around thinking rich people are terrible. Some people do, and they have a real problem. But a lot of people, 90% in my opinion, have this subconscious belief that somehow rich people are quote-unquote bad in some way, shape, or form, or they're corrupt, or they take advantage of others. And that's what they've heard and been propagated by the media and, by other people and et cetera, et cetera. So let's examine this for real. Okay, so in my seminars, I'll have anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 people for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'll ask everybody, okay, how many of you believe that in some way, shape, or form, just even a little bit, that, that there's some rich people who are bad? And everyone raises their hand. I say, okay, great. So how many of you believe that there's some middle-class people who are quote-unquote bad? And everyone raises their hand. And I say, okay, so how many people believe there's some poor or quote-unquote broke people who are quote-unquote bad? And everyone raises their hand. I go, so what on earth does this have to do with money? The answer is nothing.
Wow.
So bottom line, there's some rich people, some middle-class people, some poor people who are bad, and none of that matters, because you know what matters, everybody? What matters is not them. What matters is you.
Wow.
Will you be a bad person if you have some more money? Or will you be more generous? Money will only make you more of what you already are. And I can tell right now, because you're listening to Dr. Willie's program, you are a good person inherently, or you would never, ever, ever listen to this kind of material. So you know you're a good person. If you get more money, money makes you more of what you already are. If someone's a jerk, more money will allow them to be a bigger jerk.
Right.
But if someone's kind and generous, more money will allow you to be more kind and generous. It's as simple as that. Forget about everybody else. Focus on you. What are you going to do?
I love that. That's one of the best analogies. How many of you think is that rich people are bad? Okay, how many know some middle-class people who are bad? How many know some poor people who are bad? Okay, so money is not the issue. And I would add in that, you kind of touched on it. I want to dig into this a little bit. One of the challenges is that people's faith makes them think that there's a bad thing about money, where they have been taught somewhere along the line that money is the root of all evil. That is not what the scripture says. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, where you put money before God or you put money before your faith. But my dear friend, Rabbi Daniel Lapin, who was here, my guest a number of times, who talks about prosperity, he said, Brother Willie, we had lunch with him. Brother Willie, it's not about the money. It's about your mindset. If you just think money is everything, then of course, but money is just a tool. tool, Brother Willie. It's a tool. Your computer's a tool. Your stapler's a tool. It's a tool to get your life to be able to be the type of person who can help others. So I think
right,
that we...
So I would add to that. And
yes.
You say money's a tool. I always use the analogy as money's like a hammer. It can be used to build things. It can be used to break things. It's not about the hammer. It's about the person holding the hammer.
Wow, that's
And I also want to say, add to what you talked about, because this is really important, because a lot of people today, especially some of the younger people are going, you know what, money is not important. Money isn't everything. And you know what? I agree. Money isn't everything, but you have to admit it is part of life in our society that we live in. And so the question is simply, again, common sense. Why wouldn't you want to be successful in all the areas of your life? Would anybody say that wanting to have a successful relationship is not important? Would they say that wanting to have successful and good health is not important? No, nobody would say that. And so these are important areas of your life that you want to have working well. And money is just another important area of life that you want to do the best you can in. And so, what I love people go, well, yeah, but money is not as important as love. And you know what? I agree, but why the comparison?
Why would you put the two of them together? That's like apples and oranges. Which one you like?
Did I say what's more important, your arm or your leg?
There you go.
Maybe they're both important in what they do, right?
Right.
So here's the bottom line for all your listeners. This is everyone. Please listen. Please write this down on your mirror if you have to. It's very simple. If you have even a tinge in your subconscious that money is not important, I promise you one thing: you will never have much of it.
That's right. That's exactly right. Because it will flee you, because you have already said, I don't want you. Rita Davenport, you say money's not everything, but it's right up there next to breathing. But money is important for a number of different reasons. But I want to ask you what I ask every guest: why is it important to be wealthy? Give us some of your reasons. You have some very defined reasons. Talk about them.
Yeah, I really believe in getting rich. The New York Times called me a financial evangelist. That's because I know what it's like to be broke.
Right.
And I know what it's like to be middle class. And I know what it's like to be rich. And I'll tell you what, rich is fantastic, okay?
Amen.
And I talk about four very specific reasons. The number one reason is obviously lifestyle. I mean, let's face it. No matter what you call it, you can live a nicer lifestyle for you and your family. The safe and nice home, the being able to go on a beautiful vacation, first class, eating at the best restaurants. Why not? I mean, I believe, like you said, you only go around one time in this life, at least the one you remember. Why not live it the best you can? Why not? Why would you say, I'm going to come into my life and live it at a level 3 out of 10? I mean, who does that?
Right.
I mean, so you want to live the best life. So money's a part. Having a nice lifestyle, number one. Number two, for contribution. I believe that if you have money, you can help in the areas that you want to help. People say, I don't think there's any honor in being poor and broke. It doesn't help anybody. You can't help anybody, as you say, you can't give what you don't got.
Right, that's right.
If you have money, you can help people who don't and are suffering and need help. And it doesn't have to be giving them money. It could be buying blankets. It could be buying tarps. It could be buying vehicles when they need it, etc. So number one, lifestyle. Number two, contribution. Number three, the attempt to create wealth forces you to grow to a bigger and better person. It forces you to grow because you have to expand yourself. If you want to expand your net worth and your income, you have to grow to be bigger and better and smarter and make better decisions, et cetera, et cetera. You have to have more persistence, more determination, more intelligence. And more people around you. You have to become bigger than what you are right now to have a bigger net worth and a bigger income, because they go hand in hand.
Wow.
And the fourth reason to get rich is so you can just stop worrying about the darn stuff. Worrying about money is it's horrendous, isn't it? It takes the life and breath out of you.
Yep.
You're worrying about this thing, and can I do this, and will I have enough for that? It sucks the spirit out of you. So I say the most important thing that I got out of getting rich was I don't have to think about money anymore. I can feel free. My spirit is enlivened and free. I can do my purpose. I can do what I love to do with my time and my energy. I don't have to worry about this stuff anymore, which means I'm not in fear, which means I can be happy.
Woo! That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's why I started speaking. That's why I started writing books. That's why I started doing this radio show. That's why I started my Jolly Good News program so that people could go to jollygoodnews.org and get free resources to help them to grow, to do more, to be more, to achieve more, to have greater success, and to make more money. That's it, baby. That's it. And I am excited about it, and I say that's awesome. Woo! Go to jollygoodnews.org. Go to jollygoodnews.org and get some of the free resources we put there for you. They will bless you. We're going to take a quick break right at that. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I got an email from a gentleman in Australia who shared how he had been struggling in his business, and he bought some of my books and audios, and how it had a profound impact on his business, and he went from worst to first in his company. I shared with him how much I appreciated his note, but I told him those books, those audios, those videos were not just something that I just thought up one day and started to write. They were born out of my experiences, out of the challenges of overcoming the problems and the difficulties and how I was able to do it. And I shared with him that others have sent similar messages and that these resources work. I want to encourage you and invite you to go to my store. Go to wjspeaks.com/shop. wjspeaks.com/shop. Get some of the books. It only takes a minute to change your life. Or a setback is a setup for a comeback. Or turn setbacks into greenbacks. Or chicken soup for the soul. Or an attitude of excellence. Or the book I wrote with my wife after 34 years of being married and not having an argument in over 30 years. We wrote a book called Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And now it is saving marriages all over the globe. Go to the store. Get some of the audios, the videos, the books, the resources to help you have greater personal and professional success. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Make this a great day on purpose. And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. You know, folks, if you are not taking notes, if you're not gathering this, if you haven't already gone to his website, got some of his resources, if you haven't gone to, is it harveker.com, as Harv Eker, HarvEker.com/Willie, and gotten a free book or get some of his resources. But this is such good stuff. Now, let's go back over that. First of all, we had said something that was profound, that people try and put money and love. Oh, well, what's more important? Well, I love that. Here, your arm is important, your leg is important. Both are important. They just do different things. The other thing I really, really, really love that he had just said is the type of reasons for being rich, being wealthy, lifestyle. Look, here's what lifestyle also includes. He says, having a good house, a good car. Why settle for a 3 lifestyle when you can have a 10? But it also gives you options. It gives you options for your health care. It gives you options for your kids' education. It gives you options for what part of the country you're going to live in, what part of the city you're going to live in, what you can do with your lifestyle. Then contribution. I'm a big one on that. I have a goal every year, which is my giving goal. That's my number one goal. How much can I give? And in order to give, what must I get? And in order to get, what must I do? In order to do more, I must be more. So I've got to grow me. He says that's the third part of that. He said that's a big part, is creating wealth forces you to become a better you. And finally, you don't have to worry. Most disease is created by worry. We know from my book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, our studies show marriages break up for one of three things: sex, money, and communication. Money is a big impactor on marriage or relationships, lack thereof or mismanagement thereof. So I'm encouraging you to get his stuff. Learn how to think like a millionaire, act like a millionaire, behave like a millionaire, and become a multimillionaire. He did it. Let me ask you a question. Maybe they say, well, he was the brightest part of his class. He was just holding back because he was an Einstein. Were you the brightest one in your class, T. Harv?
Well, I thought so, but nobody else did. Especially whoever was writing my report cards. For some reason, they never got the message. Willie, I want to make sure we have time for something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because, I teach both definitely the mindset, because if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the right root, there's nothing else that can grow. But, the thing about the book, The Good Millionaire, is it teaches people very specific steps to how are you going to get rich. It's not just the mindset. The mindset is the start. That's number one. But then what has to happen? So I want to get into what people need to understand in order to make a lot of money, if that's okay.
Yeah, please, let's go.
All right, so here's the thing, everybody. The problem is that most people don't understand money to begin with, all right? They don't understand the definition, and the first thing they say is they don't understand where does all your money come from. And I'll ask that in my seminar, and people go, the bank, my job, my business, the universe. I go, no. There's only one place money comes from, and that is, listen closely, everybody, write this down. All your money must come from other people. Other people. Only people are the only things on this earth that exchange something, use a currency called money. Okay, great. So if you get all your money from other people, here's a big question. So why would anybody give you their hard-earned dollars? Why would they do that? And this is the answer. Listen closely, everybody. I'm going to give you the key to the vault. The reason someone gives you their money is because you are going to, listen please, solve a big or little problem for them. That's why and how you get paid. That's how money comes from someone else to you. All right? Listen closely. The definition of an entrepreneur, write this down if you're in a place where you can do it, is a person who solves problems for people at a profit or for pay. Let me repeat that. A person who solves problems for people at a profit or for pay. So bottom line, if you want to make money, you must become a what? A problem solver. That is what you're getting paid for, solving problems. So here's the thing, everybody. If you want to make a lot of money, do not focus on money. Because money is a result. Wealth is a result, but a result of what, everyone? Helping people. The more people you help solve this particular problem, the more money you will earn. So don't focus on money or making money. Focus on solving a problem for someone, and then you're going to get money from them. If you solve that same problem for some people, you're going to get some money. And if you focus on solving that problem for a lot of people, you will receive a lot of money. This is a direct correlation. So a lot of money comes from solving a problem for a lot of people. So stop thinking about money. Stop thinking about your job. Stop thinking about your business. All of that is just window dressing. You've got to determine what problem can I and do I solve for people. Solve it really well for someone. Do that for many, and you will become rich.
Wow, that is awesome. That's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that's exactly true. Zig said if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. And Dr. Stephen Covey said if you figure out how to create win-wins where they win and you can help them win, you're going to start to win more. So this is just a tremendous way of saying it. If you help one person solve a problem and then you scale it and help others solve many problems, you're going to become wealthy. They will give you money for that. They will give you their hard-earned money because you have made their life better. You've helped them. You've made
so what problem do you solve for people? And then the question becomes, knowing that problem that you solve, being good at solving it, right?
Yes.
And then being good at articulating the problem you solve so you can promote it in a way that people resonate with it. Do not get, this is right in the book, The Good Millionaire. The problem with most people, the reason they're crappy promoters is they're too fancy. They try to dance all around the issue. We have this and we have that. And nobody cares what you have. You must speak to them in their language, in the problem language. So, for example, let me explain this something to everybody, if you have a second here.
Yep.
When people are going to buy something, they're only asking two questions in the entire buying decision. That's it. So what are the two questions? Number one, why should I buy this?
Yes.
Why should I buy this? And you must be able to articulate exactly why they should buy it. So that means, what problem do you solve? Don't get fancy. Keep it clear. Keep it simple. For example, and again, show them you understand their problem. Talk about their problem. So if you are, let's say, tired of looking at your balding head in the mirror, we have a proven method that can help. Go to www.hairnow.com. Simple, straight. If you are embarrassed by your weight and you'd like to finally lose it in a healthy way, we have a method that can help. Go to weightlossnow.com. It's simple.
Simple.
Don't get fancy.
Keep
Talk
it simple,
about their
sweetie.
problem.
Yeah.
Tell them you can help them with their problem, and they'll resonate with it. Understand?
Wow.
Now here's the
second
question.
problem. What's second question?
Second question. If they say, why should I buy this? You're telling them, keep it simple. Here's the problem. We know how to solve it. And then the question is, number two, why should I buy that from you? Why should I buy it from you? Because everyone says they can do what you do. Don't forget that. You're not living in some covered bubble here. So that you must be able to answer that question of why they should buy from you. Meaning you must be able to solve that problem differently and better than anyone else. You must have a unique way of doing it so that they buy from you. In my book, Dr. Willie, I say, if you don't give them a reason to buy from you, then there's no reason to buy from you. So how is your product or service or way you do business different, better, faster, more convenient? Do you have specific expertise? Did you go through this yourself and came out the other side like I did with money, and now you can help people? So here's the big thing. Listen, everybody, write this down. Your uniqueness, the difference in how you help people different and better than everybody else is not about you. It must be a benefit to your customer. It must be about them. Nobody cares that you spent 20 years developing your grass-growing formula. It's good for credibility, but it doesn't do anything for them. What they care about is that we can make your grass greener by next week. That's all they care about it. Everyone, know the problem you solve. Be good at solving that problem. Care about the problem you solve. How does it resonate with you? How do you know about it? Why can you do this better and different than anyone else? And talk in terms about how you can help them and why it's a benefit to them. Keep it simple. We are different because this product is different because our accounting service is different because our podcast is different because. If you cannot answer that question, you will not be able to get rich. It's simple.
It's so simple, yet it's so foreign to most thinking, because people think, I don't know how to get rich. I don't know. Keep it simple, sweetie. Kiss. Keep it simple, sweetie. If you do that, you're going to be rich. He has given it out. He's laid it out.
Right. Don't be thinking about how am I going to get rich. I just told you, rich is a result. Take your mind off of that. Just go out there and solve and help people. Go out there and help people, find a way to help them, and charge a reasonable amount, then help more people and more and more and more. And this is what the book does for people. It says, okay, at a certain level, I'm not going to have time to help everybody. I'm a massage therapist. I can only help 20 people, 10 people a day. That's all I can do. Right. That's why to get rich, you must systemize what you do, how you solve a problem for people, to be able to solve it without you being there. Let me repeat that. If you have to be there in order for the problem to be solved, you will be limited, all right? And if you're limited, you've broken wealth rule number 1, which I'm sure Dr. Willie knows is no limits on your income. Right. That is wealth rule number 1. And if you have to be there for your value or your problem to be able to solve that, you have broken wealth rule number 1. You must systemize whatever you're doing. After you do it well and you've got it down, you must systemize it so that it can be done without you, right? And so you're not the cog in the wheel anymore. And then you could go to what I call step number 6.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for sure, your best is yet to come. We'll be right back.
Call me. You can call on me. Pick up the phone. You can call me.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs, because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech, and I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it, because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friend said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and will help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there, and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come. And we're back. Dr. Willie Jolley with my special guest, T. Harv Eker. Oh, my goodness. This is such good information. It is just incredible. Now, rich is a result of solving problems. We are different because you've given us some great things. So it must be about them. It must be about a benefit to them. We are different because of X. rich as a result of solving their problems, and then you must systematize how to solve a problem that does not necessitate you being there. Now, that's really the next level thinking, because many people are trading time for dollars. You know, and I know. And it's in many high-priced industries that successful people, but they still trading time for dollars. I think about one time I was speaking in Australia for a big network marketing group, and the network marketing group sends you a person to be your host, and they pick you up from the airport. So the people picked me and my wife up, and I, asked people, what do you do besides this network marketing group? And the husband said, I'm a brain surgeon. And the wife said, I'm a heart surgeon. I said, what? Y'all a surgeon, heart surgeon, brain surgeon? That's high income dollars. They said, yes. They said, but we're here because we're trying to get, not only are we trying to create real wealth, but we're trying to get time freedom along with financial freedom. I said, well, what do you mean? They said, we are tied to our pages. We're tied to our schedule, where we want to spend more time with our children and our grandchildren. We want to have freedom where we can say we don't have to be there. We can get a way to do the things we want to do. And that's what you're talking about, isn't it, T. Harv?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to start somewhere, everybody. And where you start is getting good at solving a simple problem for one person, then many, and then a lot more. At some point in time, you're going to say, again, stop thinking about money. At some point in time, you're going to go, I don't have time to help everybody. Like that heart surgeon, I can only do, 6 of these or 4 of these or 2 of these a day. I don't have time.
Right.
So I've got to create a systematic way of whatever you do. Most of us are not heart surgeons. We're like a massage therapist, or we're an accountant, or we're a consultant for this, or we do framing or whatever it is for us. And so we're the ones doing it. But whatever it is, you've got to systemize a way so that it gets done without you, so that you can do what? So you can leverage, so you can duplicate, so you can help more and more people. Let me give you a quick example.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was obviously in my trainings, I was the only trainer. And I wrote a book, and I was the only trainer, et cetera, et cetera. Well, even though I had, 1,000 people in my room in Los Angeles, I was still having calls for people in New York and people in Singapore and people in Taiwan. Hey, we want you to come. I go, I can't. And I started thinking, well, listen, I have called for this information. And when I get on stage, just so you know, everybody, I spend the first hour getting everybody off of me. Don't be coming to see T. Harv Eker. I'm not a rock star. What's a rock star is the system that I've got for creating wealth. You should be coming to learn the system, not Harv. I'm not going to be with you Monday morning. The system will be with you. Come to learn this, okay? And they understand that. And so I teach the exact thing that I do. So after a little while of me proving out that I can help people and more people, then I go, okay, now I'm going to train other trainers to train what I train. You know, that all my courses, even though they're 3 days, 5 days, are written out word for word, minute by minute by minute.
Wow.
Of exactly what happens, what to do. Why? Why did I do that? For me? No. So that I can manualize and create a system for other trainers to learn it. So now I have, you asked me a question, when's your next gig? My next gig? I don't even know, because I haven't been on stage in 3 years.
Wow.
3 years. And yet, listen, every single week, I have 9 other trainers going all around the world, and every week there are anywhere from 3 to 5 full-on courses with anywhere from 500 to 3,000 people, and this is all licensed, all set up without me, and all I do is sit in my hot tub and get wires of money literally every weekend.
I love it. I love it.
That's what I want you to do.
That's
but
right.
You start somewhere. Prove out that you can help someone. Start helping more. At some point in time, you're not going to be able to help as many people as you want. Like I had people in Taiwan and Singapore. I couldn't help them, so I had to systemize. So I got other people to solve that. To show them how to solve that problem without me. And now they're able to do that. Now I duplicate. duplicate.
Yes.
So first systemize and then duplicate. When I had my fitness stores, I started with one store like everyone else. I was the only one in the store. I was the garbage man. I was the secretary. I was the salesperson. I was the put together the equipment. I did everything. That's how it works, right?
Yep.
First you start like that. Then you hire someone to help you. Then about 6 months later, I opened another store because I knew I could help people, and I had another manager go in. Yes, they're not going to do as well as I did. That's the way it works. I'm sorry. You have to be profitable at least 20% less because you're not there anymore. Sorry, that's the way it is. But literally within 2.5 years, I opened 10 stores, and so now it's working without me, and I ended up selling my company, so that's a duplication, to the H.A. Heinz Corporation, the ketchup people, for a lot of money.
Wow.
And you can do exactly the same thing. And I encourage everybody to start your company, start your business in such a way that you can sell your business, because the money is not in running the business. The big money is in selling the business. But guess what? No one will buy your business if you have to be there.
You're absolutely right. Before we go any further, for people who want to get access to this new book, he's giving it away to free to anybody who wants it. They just have to go to Harv Eker, EKER.com /Willie, WILLIE. Harv, HARV, Eker, EKER.com /Willie. And you pay for shipping of the book, and he will give you the book free, because he is, he understands that there's a blessing in giving. The more you give, the more you get. The more you put out, the more comes back to you. Now, you said the Good Millionaire book is about how to make a lot of money. So what's the difference between people who work hard and make a little bit of money and people who make a lot of money? Is it this problem-solving concept?
It is, absolutely. But also, it's the way they think. Again, the big difference is, can you systemize what you do so you can help more people? And the more people you help, can you go from helping 5 people a day to 10 people a day to 50 to 100 to 500?
So what's the biggest
difference?
What's the biggest obstacle?
Difference in,
yeah, go ahead.
What's the biggest what?
Obstacle most people face in making that change in that methodology?
Well, I think, as I said earlier, they're very bad promoters. They don't know how to promote what they do.
Okay.
They don't look at it as, I'm solving a problem, here's the problem I'm solving. They're not able to articulate exactly what they do for people. They go all around it. Like my guy says, he came to the door and he says, I'm a landscaper. I'm wondering if you need any landscaping done. I go, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, whatever. And then if I was that guy, I would knock on the door and go, hey, I noticed you live on the golf course here. I noticed that people can actually see into your bedroom here. Do you want that, or would you think you might want a little more privacy in a really beautiful manner? I go, yeah, you're right. When I wake up in the morning, I'm scared to get out of bed if the blinds are open because there's golfers out there. You're right. You're hired. Why? Because he talked to me about my problem, not about his stupid landscaping company. Who cares about that?
Wow.
That's about him. He talked about me and my problem. Understand? And that's the difference. Become a great promoter. How do you do that? Simple. You must understand the problem. So this is the number one rule to success at anything and everything.
Go ahead.
Even relationships,
yeah,
but especially in business. The number one word, and I'd like everybody to write this down, the number one thing you've got to be and you've got to become good at. Write this down. It's only a few letters, okay? Empathy. Empathy. The most successful people are empathetic. Empathy. All right, why is that? All right, what is the definition of empathy? The ability to understand and share the feeling of another. Listen closely. If you can look at everything through your customer's eyes, you can understand them. If you can understand them, you can help them, and if you can help them, you can get rich. So how well can you put yourself in your customer's shoes? What is their problem? How is it affecting them in their life? What are they feeling? What are their fears and their concerns? What do they really want? If you can relate to them at that level and you can speak in those terms, I'll tell you what, you will be a wealthy person.
Wow.
Stop thinking about yourself. Stop thinking about your money. Stop thinking about yourself. You know what? The word sell, we don't even use that in our company. I haven't used that word in, 30 years, because it's a crappy word. You're not here to sell anybody anything. There's another 4-letter word you want to replace it with, and you only want to say that word for the rest of your life. I am not selling anybody. My job is not to sell, it's to help.
Help.
H-E-L-P. Help. No more selling.
Wow,
Selling is about you. Helping is about them.
Wow.
Change your attitude.
Wow, folks. That's why he's one of the greatest wealth builders and teachers in the world. Harv Eker. Man, our time is up, but man, I thank you for your time. Again, folks, where can they go, Harv? Where do they go?
They go to harveker.com/Willie. It's not a downloadable book. It's a soft cover, but it's a physical book. It was meant to be read in 45 minutes. And by the way, just so you know, it's highly, highly graphic. It's the world's first accelerated learning book.
Wow.
It's the way I teach seminars. So it's done in a super learning way where you learn faster, remember more of what you learn, and you have a lot more fun. And it's short and easy and simple. Why make it complicated? I always say this.
Yeah.
Complicated is interesting. Simple is doable.
That's right.
And I will take doable over interesting any day of the week, because you got to be able to take action. That's the last step of this book. How do you take action? Make all these things actionable. And what stops you from taking action? One word. We all know what it is. Fear.
There you go.
Fear.
Action overcomes fear. Man, this is incredible, wonderful. What a blessing. Harv Eker, you are a rock star in helping people change their thinking to create wealth. I'm grateful for you. Not just grateful for you being a friend, but grateful for you being on this planet. Man, we need you. We need folks like you. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Thank you, Harv, for being on with me, my friend.
My honor. Thank you.
Remember, your best is yet to come. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for sure, your best is yet to come. Have a great day.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere? Have you made me?
Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I hope you got something of great value. And I hope that you were inspired, you were motivated, you were empowered, and you were encouraged to live your best life. I hope this information and this inspiration will help you to do more, be more, and to achieve more. That's the goal why I started this program, and I hope it helped you in a mighty way. Now, I ask you to make sure and that you take full advantage of all the resources that came through this program. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/gift and get some of the free resources that we have there for you. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/shop to get some of the books that we have created, that we've labored over to make sure that they will deliver a powerful message to you. I hope you go to williejolly.com/billionaire, williejolly.com/billionaire, or wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get the box that it will inspire your whole family, or get the bag of books. Make this a great day, a great week, a great month. And remember, it is true that you are blessed and all things are possible for them that believe. So make the most of the belief that you have now in your future. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.